Hi everyone, I thought it was time to introduce myself. I'm James and this is my new YouTube channel, James Gill Draws. At the end of last year I had one regret. I looked back and when I was looking back at the whole year I realised I'd barely done any drawing or sketching for the whole year. And back when I was at school I used to draw all the time. I love the process of taking something real and figuring out how to transfer it onto paper. And I always find it very therapeutic to draw. And I'm sure if you're into drawing yourself, you might find that to be the case too. So I wanted to make sure I didn't have that same regret as I got to the end of this year. And so I set out to try and draw more. And after a week or so of this year, I realized that I still needed to get some motivation and I wanted to give myself a way of giving myself some commitment as well. And so I thought a good way to do that would be to share the process publicly and hence kicking off this YouTube channel. I've been drawing almost every day in January so far, give or take a few days at the start, and I wanted to share what I've learned as a result. I also wanted to ask you for input on what I should do next, if you're up for that. So I've been sharing my sketches on YouTube Shorts. If you haven't already, I encourage you to go check them out. There's everything on there from a panda to a famous department store in Edinburgh in Scotland. So yeah, please do go check them out and see what you think. If you're watching this, chances are you're also interested in drawing and maybe have been using YouTube for some inspiration yourself. So even though it's early days for me, I wanted to share a few of the lessons that I've learned so far. In fact, I've got 5 lessons, and then at the end of this video, I'll wrap up and share one of the sketches I'm proud of from before I started on YouTube. So let's get into those lessons. Lesson 1, I have time to draw after all. It's easy to say I don't have time, but a lot of the time I've found has been when I would have otherwise been doing other stuff that probably wasn't as creative, probably things like watching TV. So I've really found that I can make time in the day. It may only take 15 minutes, maybe half an hour, but I do tend to have time each day for the most part, which is good, which hopefully is a good sign that I can keep this up, hopefully. Lesson 2, I don't need a pen and paper. I enjoy drawing with a real pen and paper or a pencil and paper more than anything. I think that's the most natural thing to do. But I have an iPad with an Apple Pencil, and this process also has its benefits. It's very clean, and as long as it's charged, then it's very easy to just get my iPad out, use an app called Procreate, and that also will record what I've drawn, so I can share that on YouTube very easily. So there's benefits of that too, but it's quite nice knowing that I don't always need a pen and paper around, especially if I'm out and about. Lesson 3, building up a habit of drawing is like forming any habit. Now, I don't know if you've read things like Atomic Habits, which is a really popular book right now, but it's building good habits is about having a setup that encourages the habit. So making it as easy as possible to start every day. So that means for me, like always having a pen and paper around and on show, visible, not like tucked away in a drawer, and having my iPad charged and ready as well with the Apple Pencil with it, so that I'm never looking around for those things, because all of that friction will make it harder to start and keep that habit going. It means also trying to find space in the day, ideally at the same time each day, so it becomes more of a routine. It also means even 5 minutes is better than 0 minutes. So just starting and going for it each day is going to be a good way of keeping that habit going. Because if you miss a day, you miss 2 days, suddenly you start drifting away. There's always something I can scribble down, hopefully. Lesson 4, you can't choose when inspiration will strike, which maybe is in contrast to lesson 3 a bit. But sometimes I'm itching to draw and I find it easy. I just jump to my sketchbook or my iPad. But other times I'll spend ages thinking about what to draw and spend more time deciding and then undeciding what I'll draw than doing the drawing itself. So trying to just, again, make sure you just start, and sometimes it'll work out, but sometimes it won't. If I'm really going to draw every day, then I've got to take it as read that sometimes those drawings are not going to be the best. Lesson 5, and my final lesson, at least on YouTube so far, I've learned a lot of what people like and don't like. And one of the things people seem to really like is animals. I've never been great at drawing animals or really anything sort of natural and organic. I've always been better at drawing buildings and objects, cars, gadgets, things like that. And so, yeah, drawing animals and nature is still like an area that I wouldn't say I'm as good at yet. But I'm glad people like the animals so far, and I think it's going to push me to step out of my comfort zone and get better. So hopefully that's a helpful one too. Those are 5 lessons. Hope that's handy. If you have a suggestion for an animal as well that I should draw next, please do let me know in the comments. I'd love to hear, and we'll see what we can do. So yeah, 5 lessons. Thank you very much. I said I would share a sketch from before this YouTube channel existed. Now, here we go. I've actually got it here. This maybe is a bit abstract, but it's a drawing of a roof in a place we stayed in Cornwall one year. My mum booked it for my dad's birthday, a big special birthday, and it was in a little fishing village in Cornwall. And I was just fascinated by the roof line and all of the wood and the timber beams and the structure. And so, yeah, I had a go at drawing that. It was quite complicated in terms of all the interwoven beams and things, but I felt it was a very satisfying thing to do. Being in Cornwall always really inspires me to draw. And yeah, I was quite pleased with the outcome. So that was just with like a blue biro on my sketchbook. I think that was a few years ago, maybe 3 or 4 years ago. Anyway, before YouTube for me in my life. Anyway, so yeah, thank you for watching. If this has been helpful, please give the video a like, and subscribe to the channel as well if you're not already, because it really helps me know if I'm doing a good job. And also, hopefully, it'll encourage more people to find out about what I'm up to. And it would definitely be hugely motivating for me and help me draw more. So thank you very much. Hope this has been helpful and interesting a little bit. And I'll see you next time. Cheers.